Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Femininity with Mama Gail. Today, let's talk about speaking a man's love language fluently. I did a video entitled Keeping Him on His Toes. A rare black diamond heard me say in that video that we should speak our partner's love language fluently, so she asked me to do this video. But let's talk about the five love languages. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, I read a book by Gary Chapman. The name of the book is entitled The Five Love Languages. In speaking the five love languages, he says that, speaking your partner's love languages has the power to make or break a relationship. Not in those words verbatim, but, he alluded to if we can't speak our partner's love language, then one of the partners could potentially feel neglected. The love language is the love languages. I'm not sure in what order they came, but I remember affirmation, giving of gifts, acts of service, physical touch, and quality time. I believe were the five points that he gave, that each person has a love language. Not to say that we may not have more than one love language, but in knowing our partner's love language as well as knowing our love language, we know how to communicate better with each other when we know how to say to our partner or know the partner's love language enough to fluently flow in that love language and give the partner what it is that they need. Now, in relationship, as women, we really can get really selfish and caught up in the sense of how we speak love languages and saying that, oh, he should be grateful that I do this, that, and the other to speak his love language. For instance, if he gives you a gift and gift giving is your love language, you are happy, pleased, in the stars, up beyond the stars in bliss because he gave you such a beautiful gift. But his love language is affirmations. And instead of you affirming him to speak his love language, we're selfish when we think that, okay, I'm going to give him a gift. You buy him a shirt. He hates the shirt. And it's not so much that he hates the shirt. He hates the fact that you bought him something when that's not his love language. You feel like he should be grateful for this shirt that he bought you, which is a beautiful shirt, a Gucci shirt you paid $250 for, and you feel like he should be grateful to receive this shirt. But that's not his love language. His love language is a simple thank you. A simple, baby, this gift you bought me was beautiful. I thank you. You're so thoughtful. You always know how to touch me. You always know how to put a smile on my face. Affirmations. Affirmations are the praises that you give him. If that's his love language and you buying him a gift, it's not going to do what he needs done. It's going to appease and please you. But you miss the point that you are not speaking his love language. If your love language is quality time and he goes out and, purchase you something and you need quality time, you don't give 2 cents about a gift. It's not about you receiving gifts and things. Your heart, you love him. You're not all caught up in the materialistic. All you want is for him to spend quality time with you. But quality time is not his language. But he makes the sacrifice to spend quality time with you because he knows that this is your love language. So I'm going to sacrifice and spend as much quality time as I need to with you because I know that that's your love language. He's making the sacrifice. You also have to make the sacrifice to speak his love language. If his love language is acts of service, you speak acts of service fluently without you being used or giving him marital privileges before you're married. Now, acts of service, if he has a bachelor's pad and you're going over there and you're spending time with him and things of that nature, while you're there, clean up. Put a load of laundry in the machine, things of that nature. Do tidy up. Wash the dishes if it needs to be done. If the house is immaculate, he keeps his house, he has OCD and he keeps his house well put together. And you see something else that needs to be done or that need to be tidied up or things of that nature. Acts of service. Do it if there's something that you can do. Now, if he keeps a sloppy house and he just invites you over just to clean up the house, no. Don't give him marital services, privileges, just going over there cleaning up every day, cooking food for him every day and things of that nature. When I say speak his love language and his acts of service, you can serve him without being a maid to him, without giving him privileges that he's not entitled to before marriage. You know what I'm saying? So the acts of service can be just things that you do to serve him because that's the language that he speaks, without you becoming, caught up in serving him a little too much, in the sense of serving him, just to, because he's using you or because this is what he wants you to do all the time. But anywho, let's stay on topic. If his love language is acts of service and your love language is physical touch, or even let's say this, his love language is physical touch and your love language is physical touch. You love to be touched and you know that he enjoys when you touch him. Having the same love language can be pleasurable in a relationship because you know what each other wants. You know how to speak it fluently. You know how to touch him in the areas that turn him on. And it doesn't have to be sexual touch. With the 5 love languages, in this book, Chapman does not even mention sex in the sense of one of the love languages because the sex is not everything. It's a part of the physical touch, but it's not everything. Sometimes women just want to be touched, just to be touched, just to embrace, just to know that you love me, just to know that it's not just all about the sex. The same way with men. Men don't always want you to treat them like a sex toy and you only touch them when you want to arouse them and things of that nature. And even if he gets aroused by your touch, it doesn't always have to lead to sex. Men like their back of their necks massage. They like their head massage. They like to be touched in their back. They love when you give them body massages. They love to be rubbed. They love for their chest to be rubbed and, for you to just tap them on the behind and even squeeze their behind when they're walking by and things of that nature. Physical touch. You're speaking his love language fluently. So speaking his love language, the affirmation, the receiving of gifts, the physical touch, the acts of service, the quality time, whatever his love language may be, you learn it and sacrifice if it's not your love language and give it to him anyway. And that's speaking his love language fluently. And vice versa. Be clear, communicate, be open. If you don't know his love language and you can't figure out what his love language, he's not, neither one of you are limited to just one love language. You may speak acts of gifts and affirmation. You may speak quality time and acts of service. You may speak quality time and gift giving, and your partner may speak affirmation and acts of service. But whatever it is, whether it's conflicting, you sacrifice and make it work, or whether it's together where the two of you speak the same love language, make it work. It can work if you work it. But knowing your partner's love language, the communication is the most important part in your relationship. Communication is going to tell me what you need. And me communicating with you is going to tell you what I need. And when we supply and provide each other's needs, even if we have to sacrifice to do it, we have a better chance of staying together and loving one another because we're flowing in speaking each other's love language. This is Femininity with Mama Gail. I pray that this answered your question, Black Diamond. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Divas, Diamonds, and Dolls, ladies and gentlemen.